Hey everyone, it's Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here for a Lift and Sketch with Chrissy and Rachel episode. This month we are working with this really fun sketch right there, and I'm excited to get started. I am going to tell you this layout goes on a bit of an adventure and looks nothing like the sketch by the end of it. So I'm starting off. I knew I wasn't going to use 3 4x6 photos. I just can't do it. Like, maybe if they were all the same way and you could layer them, but it just takes up too much real estate for a layout. And though I love to document my photos and I am a scrapbooker to document the moments and the memories, I don't need it to fill my page with photos. I like to have the embellishments too. So I kind of struggled with that, and I knew right away it wasn't going to be 3 4x6s. So I did find these really cute photos of Jackson, and they are, I think, 3x4s, probably like Project Life size 3x4 cards. And I was totally planning on doing that. I found this really fun piece of pattern paper in my summer collection. I have some of my paper separated by season, and I've kind of been hoarding this piece of pattern paper to use, and I finally was like, nope. After that layout I had created of Nora for Valentine's Day, the one where she's standing by the washing machine and it says I love you loads, and I did that fun like, what do you call that, accordion fold with it. I was kind of getting that same vibe with this piece of pattern paper, but I thought it would be fun to cut it up and then do the big strips one way and then the smaller strips the opposite way, so you got that pop of different color variant of that teal. So that's kind of my plan to start with. I think it's gonna all work and everything's gonna go. I'll add in some of the red. Jackson's wearing red hat. He was obsessed with this red hat this summer, and so I was trying to figure out how to tie that in as well. And in the end, it's not working for me. I could have made it work. I could have, I don't know, done something to just tie it all in, but I just wasn't digging it. So I take everything off. I'm going to go back to the fact that I like this variant. You saw me flip it to try to use the yellow side too. I liked the yellow. It's a very summery, pretty yellow that I was trying to get on my layout as well, but it's not working. So instead, as you can see, I'm just in no particular fashion, just folding this piece of paper, and that's how you accordion fold, in case you didn't know. And so there we go. I really like that. I'm going to go ahead and do it to all of it and then stitch them down. I only stitched down the pieces I had accordion folded instead of all of it. And then that is when I decided everything's going to get switched up, and I'm going to use Valentine's photos instead and stitch with pink so that it has that kind of Valentine's-y vibe to it. Right. Okay, so that's the first journey. It was a fun layout. The second part of this is, what am I going to do? I really wanted to use that banner to put my title, because in the sketch, again, because I'm not following it exactly, I did at least kind of want my title to go where the original title was, and I really found that banner kind of encompasses all 3 of the photos, so you can tell that they're all linked together. They're all kind of touching a little bit. It hides a little bit of the fact that my kids are sitting on our couch, and I took the photo kind of at an angle where there's a lot of couch space around them, I guess, and I was trying to find a way, other than this really cute photo of Nora, find a way of being able to cover a little bit of it up, and I found the banner worked really well at doing that. And then I'm going to go ahead and find some of these really cute Valentine's themed pattern papers, and you can see I almost cut it in the side, but as I'm looking at this piece of pattern paper right here, I realized how fun of a border it would be. So instead I just randomly cut the 3 sides, as you can see there, and then I did the tearing. I love that tearing look. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I'm going to use that. I kind of liked the size. I was thinking maybe I could make it work and be a middle piece there, but then it was covering up too much of my background, and of course that's what I was trying to highlight, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim it down. This photo is going to get tucked into one of the layers there, like just like that. I really like that. Again, it hides a little bit of that couch space, but you can still get the whole of Nora, and that photo's so adorable of her, and I wanted to get her little feet in and all of that. And I kind of go ahead and do the same thing with the photo of Jackson. I picked this really pretty teal color, same thing. I'm just going to cut it off in the middle so I can use the other side as a border or anything. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with it yet, so that was kind of my way of being able to keep it usable if I wanted to use it for a border down the road, or when the time comes I can decide. So again, I'm going to do a top tear there, and it fits my photo. I do have to trim it a little bit. That's the one thing, is you try to make sure to cut just maybe a little bit bigger than you're expecting, so you can trim it down just in case. You don't want to accidentally cut it too small, right? Because then you can't really fix that. And then for the middle photo, I do the same thing. I just find one more piece of pattern paper and go ahead and just use that as a border. I then did go ahead and take a few strips of each one of these pattern papers. There's 3 in total. And I did again the accordion fold, and I'm trying to play around with where I think they should go. I wanted that little added texture and pop of color in places. I go ahead and there was a few pieces of stickers that I had pulled from a few sticker sheets that I knew I wanted on this layout and I was going to make work. So I'm just going ahead and playing with those and where I think they should go. I really love down at the bottom there is a piece. It's a kind of a cork looking piece. It's from the Crepe Paper Good Vibes. It's part of like a little banner that I had used, and I cut it off because I didn't need it, and so it was just this random piece sitting on my desk, and it fit perfectly. So love that. At the top, I'm just going to add the fact that it was Valentine's Day and the year, and then the fact that they had gone to daycare. So that's my little journaling up there with another one of those little florals. I fussy cut some florals from a specialty paper from this year's it was the Valentine's Day collection from Pebbles. And it was a really, really pretty floral that I just cut and used in a few places. And of course, because this is just kind of the way I've been lately, I'm going to add a little bit of mixed media, being mostly a tone-on-tone color. So I'm using, this is really, really pretty. It's called Keep Palm, I believe. No, that's the darker one. Bamboo Leaf. This one is called Bamboo Leaf, and then I'm using the See You in the Morning, which is a bit of a more darker teal, which you can see it's a bit of more blue. I'm going to add a few blue elements in it, so I needed that kind of blue tone to it. And then of course when I go ahead and soak it all up, it's nice and light and perfect. A few people have asked me why I use toilet paper instead of a paper towel roll. And my reasoning is at that time when I first started, I just didn't have a free paper towel roll on hand. But I also like the fact that a toilet paper roll is smaller. So I don't do a lot of heavy mixed media, so I don't need a full roll of paper towel. That little size is perfect, so I can ink it up little bits at a time. And I don't know, I like working with it. It's working for me, and so that's why it is. I did add a little bit of mixed media up at the top there too, so there's just a little bit there, and it didn't just get kind of concentrated just around my photos. I had to add a little more in the end because when I laid my photos down, the point of it, right, mixed media, you cover most of it up, but I had covered so much of it up, it was really hard to even see it. So I do add a little bit more and trying to make sure I don't get anything too dark. I'm kind of getting into the lines now where the gesso I had used wasn't in those areas. So I am trying to be a little bit more cautious about what I'm doing because I know it's not going to soak up as much as it does when it's in the middle. And yeah, I just played. It was really fun. I loved this. So while you watch me kind of wrap everything up, I have a little hint and a surprise for you. Rachel and I are going to do something really, really fun at the end of this month. So you need to make sure that you're watching and staying tuned because it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll give you a little bit more of a hint next episode. But basically, I'm just going to say make sure you're watching so you can participate in our little fun thing we're going to have. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to really enjoy what we're doing, but we had kind of realized we haven't done anything to kind of be interactive with you guys since our 1 year anniversary, which was like almost 2 years ago that we've been doing this series since I have been a YouTuber, and I've been a YouTuber for almost 5 years. So yeah, series is at least coming up to 3 years old at least. It's been so much fun. I love this series. It's really fun. We pick kind of different things. We have a bit of different styles, so it's really fun to see what we're going to pick each month and challenge each other. So I've really, really enjoyed this series, and I love that you guys have been sticking with us and watching it with us. It's been great. So we're going to reward you for that. So like I said, yeah, just make sure you stay tuned because we'll share all of that coming up, little hints here and there, but I promise you'll love it. So to wrap this up, I am finishing my title by using a sticker, which is really hard to read because it's shiny gold, but that one up by Jackson says love. So my title ends up saying love, love, love you too. And I just thought that was fun and playful and cute. And I have to do one more layout to document the fact that this is Nora's very first Valentine's Day. So I'll use, that on another layout coming up soon, I'm sure. But this one's just kind of fun and playful. And there's a look at the sketch one more time for you. And my layout, which looks nothing like the sketch, but I did get at least 3 photos on. So thanks everyone so much for watching. Make sure you check out Rachel's layout as well. Bye.